Hello and welcome to another mod video. Today I'm going to talk about my top 5 mods to improve archery. As always, these things are subjective. There's some like ease, others like realism, and some crazy people use swords. I'm going to do the same as last time and even throw in a few suggestions that you may like. With that being said, let's begin. My first mod I have spoken about before is known as Ranger's Call 2, the Fletching and Archery Overhaul. This is an extensive overhaul of the archery system, adding in a power that allows you to make arrows on the fly. It even adds in new arrows, with some new and interesting effects, ranging from elemental damage to knockbacks and even a barrage. But that's only the half of it. The Ranger's Call also adds in an ability to add scopes to your bows, including some of the one-off bows. They have their own recipes and even throw in some new ingredients into their leveled list to increase the immersion when crafting. If you wish to forego the extra work though, you can always replace this with scope bows, which throws them just straight into the leveled list. The Ranger's Call is a 62.5 megabyte masterpiece and often finds its way into my loadout. It's worth noting a few plugins are available, making it more modular than most. You're able to disable features you find unimmersive and even retexture the special arrows and quivers. On to my second mod. Here we have a choice of 2 mods depending on your style of play. The first of which is Arrow and Bolt Firing Adjustment, a 739 byte mod that makes the arrows fly very straight, right at the centre of the crosshair. This makes archery very easy, especially in close range. I'll put my hands up and say I use this one, as thematically my character is a very good archer. But for others who prefer realism, I would recommend Archery for Xbox. This mod increases projectile speed and gravity, which gives you a nice feel for close range shooting, but more difficulty the further out you get. I would class this as the more immersive of the two, but I like to give the options. Archery comes in 11.3 kilobytes, which, for how realistic it feels, is extremely well done. In third, I suggest Belt Fasten Quivers. This is a pretty self-explanatory mod, which attaches the quivers to your belt line. It also changes the animation to show you pulling it from the right location. And it does all this for 342 kilobytes. Generally speaking, this fits in better with vanilla greatsword placements and cloaks should you have them. This is one of those quality of life mods that once you've tried it you won't go back on. It's pretty popular, so you've probably heard of it, so I'll cut this one short. Just get it. The fourth spot goes to Stay Arrow Stay. This mod does 2 things, both of which are almost worth a spot on a load order alone, but together make it almost necessary. The first and most obvious by its name is increase the arrows that stick in an NPC from 3 to 25, as well as arrows that will stay in the world space going up from 15 to 50, and the time they stay for is hugely increased, up to 2.5 real world minutes from 10 seconds. I'm counting all that as one thing. Alongside all that, it also increases the likelihood of pulling arrows from a body from 33 to 50%. All of these features really help with immersion and are extremely well implemented. And my fifth mod is going to be Throwing Weapons Light. Whilst not technically archery, belongs under the same umbrella as it's affected by the same mods, so I'm classing it. This mod is only 3.1 megabytes and adds in so much. You can have throwing knives, javelins, oil that you can ignite on an opponent, and a fair amount more. Again, these are so well implemented with their own animations and added to the leveled list for vendors and NPCs. Much like Ranger's Call, you're also given a power that allows you to craft these from custom recipes that are fair and make a lot of sense. I will say these things hit like a freight train, so don't be surprised if they're a struggle in the early game. But with a little practice, you can learn to avoid them and become extremely deadly with them. I suggest this mod because of the different levels it adds to the game. Give it a go, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And now for my quickfire round of suggestions. My first 2 are very similar. Bone and Ice Arrow Stick, allowing for projectiles to stick into, well, you get the point. These 2 work excellently alongside Stay Arrow Stay. Another suggestion is Faster Bow Draw, which allows skill level to also affect how fast you can shoot your arrows out from pull to release. I'm also a fan of Poison Arrow crafting, which makes alchemy feel much more satisfying, as you can now craft poison arrows with recipes. And finally, we have Auto Aim Off. Very self-explanatory, however not many people know how much it makes archery feel more complete, with a stronger learning curve but deadlier end result. I would as always love to hear your suggestions for what mods make archery feel better for you, so leave a comment with those. If this has helped, I do always appreciate those lovely likes and subscriptions. But other than that, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.